Hello. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Dr. Chris Lord, and I'm here to knock some sense into you retards, into you low IQ MAGA supporters, or as I like to call you, maggots. I'm here to knock some sense into you, or you could just burn in hell. I don't really give a shit. But all of you love these, all of you love these damn thirst traps. All of you love these goddamn thirst traps. All of you love these thirst traps. And you love, listen, you call yourselves men? No. You are homosexual, homosocial. You are closeted homosexuals. All MAGA men. I repeat, all MAGA men are closeted homosexuals. Now just look at this. Look at that unevenness in the street. You call that peace? Now, what if someone with a wheelchair wanted to go down this street? What if someone with a wheelchair wanted to go down this street? It's uneven. If someone with a wheelchair wanted to go down the street, they would have a hard time doing it. Just like I'm having a hard time getting this shopping cart over this. Okay? We are not in an era of peace. We are looking forward to the millennium rule of Jesus Christ, which will be Jesus Christ, the peace president. Jesus Christ, the peace president. Jesus Christ is the peace president. Trump is not the peace president. Trump is a retard. If Trump has ushered in an era of peace, then why does he retain a secret service? There is no need. There is no need for a secret service when we're at peace. Since we're at peace, peace president, send the secret service home. That's my challenge to Trump. Make this go viral. Make videos. Show us what it would look like when Trump sends the secret service home since he's the peace president. Show us what real peace looks like, Trump. To me, to me, real peace looks like Trump rest in peace. No, Trump is the rest in peace president. Trump is the rest in peace president. Send the Secret Service home, Trump. That's the peace president challenge. That's the peace president challenge. The peace president challenge is send the Secret Service home. My name is Dr. Chris Lord, and I approve this message. I am running for all 61 offices on the New York City ballot. The New York City general election ballot to be held November 4th, 2025. That includes the seats of mayor, comptroller, public advocate, all 51 city council seats, all 5 borough president seats, and the 2 district attorney seats. I'm running for all 61 offices on the ballot. And all I ask you to do is when you get your ballot, if you are a New Yorker, write my name, Chris A. Lord, in every writing space on that ballot. My name is spelled K, R as in Robert, I, S as in Sam. The middle letter is A, and the last name is Lord. That's L, O, R as in Robert, D as in David. Chris A. Lord. I'm the husband of Dr. Juanita Bynum, and she loves me and I love her. I want peace. I do. But I also read my Bible. I'm not a fake Christian like these so-called self-proclaimed MAGA supporters who are all fake. That's why Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. Because you're fake. You're not real. You're garbage. All MAGA supporters are garbage. Fuck you. No, we are not at peace. I don't believe it. I'll only believe it when I see it. I am doubting Thomas. I am doubting Thomas. The only time I will believe that we are at peace is when I see Trump in a grave. That's the only time I'm going to realize that we're at peace. And at that point, I will call him the rest in peace president. I will call Trump the RIP president. That's what he is. But no, he is not the peace president. He has not ushered in peace. We are not at peace. We, my comrades, are at war. This is a revolution, and a revolution will not be televised. And the reason why it will not be is because the revolution starts in your hearts first. That's where the revolution starts. It starts in your hearts first. And it's time for people to wake up and see reality for what it is. And the reality is that we are not at peace. The reality is that we are not at peace. And anyone who believes this is peace deserves to burn in hell for eternity. We are not at peace. I will not claim it. We will not be at peace until the 1,000 millennium year rule of Jesus Christ. At that point, which will be by the year 6,000, Jesus will usher in the era of peace. But right now, we are not at peace until all armed conflict stops, until all crimes stop, until Trump doesn't need Secret Service, until you don't need to go to a hospital to get healed of a disease anymore. And actually, you don't even get healed of diseases. They just, all they do in hospitals is manage your symptoms. So until you don't have to go to a hospital because you're sick and you're, slowly dying, until hospitals fail to be needed anymore, no, we are not at peace. And anyone claiming that we are peace, that we are at peace, deserves to burn in hell for eternity. Because if you call this lousiness peace, then what I've got to tell you, if you call this mess and trash and I can't even, you know, trash all over the goddamn place, you call this peace, then you need to burn in hell. Because this is anything but peace. Basically, you're calling earth heaven. And if you call earth heaven, then you must be retarded. Because this is not heaven. This is anything but heaven. But if you're calling this heaven, then you must be retarded. You must be a dumbass. You must be a cocksucker like Trump to call this, the era we are in, peace. It's basically to spit on the cross and to shit on the cross and to piss on the cross. And you're pissing and shitting and cursing out Jesus Christ because the Bible says that Jesus Christ is the peace president. And Jesus Christ will rule on earth as president for 1,000 years by time the year 6,000 comes on the Jewish calendar. And right now, we have just crossed over into 5786. We have just crossed over into 5786. That means we have 214 years until the peace president, the real and authentic peace president, takes over. But until then, we are all striving. That's what we're doing. We are in war. We are striving. My job, once elected to all 61 offices on the New York City general election, November 4th, 2025 ballot, is to show us what a semblance of peace looks like. And my job is to house the homeless globally. I'm not just going to stop at New York City. We're going to make New York City into a conglomerate of New York cities. That's my goal. My goal is to make New York City a conglomerate of New York cities. My goal is to first fix New York City, and then once New York City is fixed, fix the globe. That's my goal. And I could use your help to do it. You'd have to vote me in. You'd have to vote me in. You'd have to write my name on the ballot. The people on the ballot right now, Mandami, Cuomo, Sliwa, they can't help you. They can't even help themselves. They wear adult diapers. They can't even wipe their asses. They need help to do that. If they can't clean their own messes, how they gonna clean up your mess? My job is to clean up the messes that we make on earth. That's all. That's what we can do. Until the era of peace actually does come, and until the true and real and authentic and genuine peace president named Jesus Christ comes back to earth in his second coming, until then, my best job that I can do is clean up the messes that occur due to war. I am the war president. My name is Dr. Chris Lord. I am the war mayor. I am the war public advocate. I am the war comptroller. I am the war city councilman of every single district in New York City. I am the war district attorney of both boroughs on the ballot this time and the rest of the boroughs the next time. I am the borough president, the war borough president. And all I can do is clean up our messes. All I can do is clean up our messes that come from the fact that we don't have any peace. Because if we had peace, we wouldn't have messes to clean up. Now, would we? We wouldn't have to clean up messes if we really had peace. So obviously, we don't yet have peace. We have war. We have sustained war. We are in armed conflict. If you're not in any kind of physical conflict, you're in mental conflict. You're in emotional conflict. Okay? But we're all in some kind of physical conflict, whether it be against someone else, against a virus, against some bacteria or fungus, against dust, against trash, against accidents, against natural disasters. Whatever the issue is, we are in conflict. We are in sustained conflict. Until these things go away, we are in sustained conflict. And if you believe that we have reached peace, then that's why you deserve to be 6 feet under. You deserve to be RIP. You deserve to burn in hell. No, Trump is not the peace president. Trump is the rest in peace president. Trump is the RIP president. Trump is a nothing and a nobody and worthless in the annals of history. And the only reason why you identify with Trump so well is because you are a loser just like him. You are rest in peace too. You are not peaceful. You have not attained to peace. Because if you did, you would never call this peace. You wouldn't call that peace. To call this planet that we are on right now peace is to be delusional and to be ignorant about your delusions. It's one thing to be delusional and to know that what you're believing in is not reality. But it's another thing to say that you believe something and it really is reality, even though it's not. And so that's why I say that you deserve to burn in hell. You deserve only the worst things in life. If you call Trump peace, I call you a loser. I call you condemned. I call you burning in hellfire. I call you being eaten by worms who are feasting on your flesh. That's what I call you. This is not peace. This is anything but peace. Stop calling Trump the peace president if we're not able to experience peace. Wake up. As I hike up this ramp. No, Trump is not the peace president. Trump is the rest in peace president. He's on his way out. He's old. He's frail. He's weak. And newsflash to Trump. Breaking news. Trump has only a limited amount of time left. And when he dies, he is going straight to hell. And he's going to burn. He's going to burn for eternity. And the reason why he's going to burn is because he called this hellhole peace. That's why he's going to burn in hell. Because he wouldn't know peace if rest in peace dragged him by his collar and threw him and hauled him 6 feet under. He wouldn't know peace. He will never know peace. He will never know peace. For all eternity, he's going to burn in hell. He will never know peace. He doesn't know peace. He doesn't even know peace, who peace is. That's why he calls this hellhole peace. No, planet Earth is a hellhole. We've got sickness. We've got disease. We've got sustained conflict. We've got viruses and bacteria that are hunting us down, fungal infections. We've got people in wheelchairs and using canes. We've got people, we need Secret Service. Trump needs Secret Service. We need police. We are not at peace. If we were at peace, right, then Trump should tell the Secret Service to go home. Thank you, Mick Chatter, for writing. He says, man did it to themselves. That's fine. But the key thing is don't call this peace. Don't be a retard and call what man did to themselves peace. This is not peace. We are not in peace. Until I see people healed, until I see no diseases, until I see no wheelchairs, until I see no crutches or canes or accidents or injuries, until I see perfection, until I see only people reaching their highest heights, until I see everyone on earth, supermen and superwomen, I'm not calling this peace. And anyone who calls this peace has very low standards. They don't look forward to heaven. They don't look forward to a better day. They don't even look for the best days. What they look forward to is the worst days. You can't possibly call this peace. Thank you. Thank you, Mick Chatter. Now we got someone who knows their Bible. Thank you, Mick Chatter. The peace president is named Dr. Jesus Christ is Lord. Mick Chatter says, only peace when Christ returns and rules with a rod of iron. Thank you. Thank you, Mick Chatter, for reading your Bible. The era of peace will not come until the 1,000-year millennial rule of Jesus Christ, who is Lord. That's the only time peace will come. Until then, we are at war. We are at sustained conflict. And we are conflicting with everything, including the grave. We are fighting against the grave every day of our lives. And 100% of us will lose that fight. 100% of us will lose that fight with the grave. So there's no way you can call this peace. That's why people say rest in peace. Because they're saying you're not at peace here on earth. So when you go to the grave, you've entered peace. The definition for peace is complete stillness, complete quietness, and complete orderliness. That's the definition of peace. And until we have quietness, orderliness, and stillness, we don't have peace. We are in constant motion, commotion, and disorderliness. We are at war. We are at sustained conflict. Until we see no more sickness. You can't even have sex with who you want to have sex with before a sexually transmitted disease or illness, whatever the fuck they call it, infection comes and haunts you. You can't even hardly go to the restaurant you go to or go to an event you want to go to with many people without being afraid that COVID-19 is going to come and infect you and you might die from an infection from COVID-19. No, you're right, Mick Chatter. The only time we see peace is when the Prince of Peace, the real peace president, the real and authentic peace president, named Jesus Christ, rules earth with a rod of iron, and he will do that when? The millennial rule of Christ. That's at year 6,000. We have just crossed over into the year 5786. We have just crossed over into the year of 5786. That means we have 214 years left until Jesus Christ comes back in his second coming, and that's when he will usher in the era, the 1,000-year millennial rule of peace. He is the peace president. But Trump is a fraud. Trump is what I would call a counterfeit. He is faking it. And all you do, because you're on team red, is you sit up there and you agree with him with everything he says, but you don't ask him to prove it. Well, here's my challenge to the peace president, the one who claims he's the peace president. Fire the Secret Service. You like to fire people so much, right? You know, Trump got famous for firing people. Well, since he's the peace president, what does he need to spend money on Secret Service for? You know, that's a waste of money. That's a waste of tax dollars to be paying for him to be protected in an era of peace. Mr. Sparky Major says, not took your meds today? Oh, okay. So, Mr. Sparky Major, let me ask you a question. Since we are in the era of peace, what do I need meds for? I thought Trump was the peace president, Mr. Sparky Major. So if Trump is the peace president and I'm supposed to need meds, then maybe something's not right because you just told me that Trump is the peace president. So why do I need medication? Why do I need a doctor? Why do I need a hospital? Why do I need any help? If we are in the era of peace and Trump has ushered in the era of peace for me, why? Just explain to me why I need medicine. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want to know. You retard. You low IQ dumbass. Just tell me why I need medical attention if we are at peace. Listen, I've made my case. I've made my challenge. If President Trump is such a peaceful president and he's ushered in the era of peace, what I'm challenging him to do is to fire the Secret Service. Trump loves to fire people. Fire the Secret Service. Case closed.